In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how we have created this simple, compact and cheap construction floor plan. Now this is a very compact floor plan. It has two standard bedrooms, a simple wash area, a kitchen, dining and living room, along with a large porch and a rear porch. Now bedroom number 2 in this floor plan is upgradable to a master bedroom, as you can see here, which I have allowed for the client to do in a future project. So let's begin. Firstly, what you'll need to do is create your construction lines, as I have done here like so. Now what I also like to do is bring in all the windows and the doors and the other text and finishes numbers that is going to come in handy, along with the grids and sections along with callouts. So the dimensions for this building is 7.5 meter by 10.2 meter with a 2 meter wide porch. So let's start. So the first thing we'll do is do an offset of 7.5 meter. Remember, I'm using millimeters, so it's 7,500 millimeters. And then we'll do an offset of 2 meter first, which is for our front porch. Then we will do an offset of 10.2 meter. Apologies. Which is for our walls. Now, this is going to be a concrete structure, so what we will have to do is, firstly, we will check our multi-line style as we had created earlier on before, and I'm going to be using this. So you have to remember this name exactly, or you can just click on this and it's already set to current. But remember this name carefully. What we are going to do is type ML for multi-line and press enter. ML for multi-line, then press enter. And then what we will do is we will enter the style, which is 150 mm as I've shown you earlier, then press enter. Now the justification of this is to be 0. You can just type, you just click on 0, and the scale to just be as it is, 1. If it's too huge, then you can adjust it accordingly. Usually the scale is between 1 and 2. So now that you have done your scale, press enter. What we will do is we will create the outer walls first. Remember, I have also set up my layers accordingly, like so. Now as you can see that this is not a properly cornered wall, so what we will do is we will double click on the multi-line, click on whichever joint is possible to do here, in this case the corner joint. Then we select this line and select this line, and it has created a perfect corner. Now what we will do is we'll start to create our rooms. So firstly, what we will need to do is set up our construction lines so that they are inwards now. Then we'll do an offset of 3.83810, that's 3810 if you wish to say it in tradesman language. 3810 millimeters. Click on OK. Then type ML for multi-line, and you don't have to enter the justification and other things. Press enter. Then create a multi-line and enter your distance of 3785. So we type 3785 and press enter, and that has created our bedroom wall. Now what we can do is either copy this or copy and rotate this, or you can create another. In this case, I'll just do a copy and rotate. So I've copied that. Now I'll rotate it using arrow and select a 90-degree position. Now when you are using multi-lines, you don't really have to worry about creating spaces for doors and windows, because when you trim them, they will automatically close off. I'll show you in a minute what I mean. So that now that we have created bedroom 1, our living room has also formed. Now what we can go ahead and do is create our restroom or wash areas. So in this case, the dimension for the wash areas is 2.48 meters. So we'll type 2480, press enter. My apologies. Type O, then enter 2480, then press enter. Then you do an offset. Then what you can do is simply copy this multi-line and place it outside of that extension line, construction line, like I've shown here. Then what you can do is simply copy this line, copy this multi-line, choose whichever base point you think is right, and paste it over there. Now you don't have to worry about it sticking out too much. This is a T, so what we can do is double click on one of the multi-lines, either choose an open or a closed T. In this case, I'll do an open T. click on this, and there you go. It has created a T, but it has done it in a wrong way. I'll show you later on how we can create a proper T. In this case, what we can do is just bring it down there and leave it there. Now for the corner, I just showed you, double click on the multi-line corner joint, click here and click here, and it has created a corner joint for you. Now what we will do is we will create the porch, the rear porch. We'll do an offset of 1.5 meter, that's 1500 millimeters, and press enter, then do an offset. And then what we can do is just copy one of these multi-lines and just paste them to where it should be, like so. My apologies, that's in the wrong place, but you can leave that there and you can just copy this and move it upwards. Now you can create a T as I have shown you, or you can just drag it and leave it there. So now that our porch is done, we will create our kitchen. Now the distance for the kitchen we have is 3.4 meters in length and 2.6 meters in width. So what we'll do is type offset, then we'll enter a distance of 3400, that's 3400 millimeters offset, and move this wall outside of that line, like so, and just move it into position properly. And then what we can do is offset this line to give a distance of 2600, that's 2.6 meters, and simply you can just select these two and trim. Remember, all the commands I have explained in the previous videos, so I will not be going over basic commands. Delete all the lines that are unnecessary, and as you can see that our floor plan has begun to take its shape. So now that you have set up most of the things, what you can do is start to close off your walls, and then we can start adding up the doors and the windows right immediately after we have closed off the walls. Now you don't really have to worry about this being perfect, but if you wish it to be perfect, you can make it. First off, the design will make it work. The design will work for you. So what we can do is we can place this section as our shower and this section as the washroom. So the washroom will be 900 millimeters in width. That is more than enough space for a standard simple washroom. And our wall will be outside of the 900 mm mark, like so. And the remainder of the distances will be the shower, which is 1430. What you can do now is simply create another wall here. Offset this X line to a distance of 1.8 meters. Then create another wall here. Just copy this and paste it over here. So what that does is this will create a barrier between these two, washroom and the bathroom, and you'll also have a door area and an area to hang your door and things. And this space in the middle can be your vanity, where you can come up and do your toothbrushing and etc. Now as you can see that this has started to take its shape. So what we can do is we can now start to create the porch. So we'll type ML again, and we'll just create another one, a distance of 2 meters. Then we'll use this width as 7500, and then we'll just snap it there, and there you go. You have set up your bedroom and your porch and everything else. Now this is just a rough outline. What you can do is also you can start to bring in your grid lines, like so. And you can just place your grid lines over here. If these grid lines are short, you can just extend them slightly. And if these grid lines are too long, you can just reduce the dimensions. Or what you can do if you wish to keep them constant, you can just do a rectangle, REC for rectangle, then offset to a distance which you wish to keep your grid lines trimmed out to, like so. And that is your consistent grid line sizes. Now the grids have, for the outer edges can be placed on the outside, but for the inner ones they have to be within the wall, in the center of the wall. So we can use the mirror to point command, or we can just simply snap it there accordingly, like so. Similarly with these grids, you can do the same. Snap it to the center and snap it to the outside edge. Now if you are using this grid as A, then this one should be B, and this one should be C. Similarly, if this is 1, then you can carry on making the others. 2, 3, 4, and 4A. Because a porch is a continuation of a building wall, so we do not have to give it a separate number. We'll just say it's a 4, and we'll do a lowercase a. Click on OK, like so. Now that you have put your grids in place, what you can do is you can start to bring in your section markers. So usually for this small works, what I like to do is I just like to do one long and one short section. So what I can do is just place them there, like so. And then I can just move them up so that they are in line with my grids. Keeping things consistent in your drawings not only makes your drawing look neat, but it also makes people want to read your drawings. Remember, drawings are a method of communication to the client and the contractor. And you can place one section in the wet area. Now, if you wish, you can also just place the section in the wherever you wish. However, I wish to place my sections here. All that I'm doing here is just using all the basic methods that I have taught you in the previous videos that I have uploaded, which is AutoCAD for beginners, setup, and shortcuts. Those are the everyday things that I do while I'm doing drafting. Like so. And you can click on delete that. So if you are not happy with the placement of this grid, it should be in the center. Just select the grid and type M2P for mirror to point. And you can do that. Center your grid into the wall. Now if you wish to place more grids in between, you can do that, but for this case I'll leave it as it is. Now that you have done that, what we can also do is place this marker into our washroom, because this will show an exploded view of the restroom. And you can either move this inwards or you can keep it out. I'll just leave it here for the time being. We'll just try to make this fit properly. And we'll just move it out. If you feel that this is too huge, you can adjust it accordingly. But for this case, I'll leave it as it is. And I'll bring this call out over here. If it's interfering with one of your walls, you can just adjust them very slightly, like so. So your your section callouts have been set up, your enlarged callout has been set up, your grids have been set up. Now we can proceed to inserting the windows and doors, and for that, if these are a disturbance to you, what you can do is simply select on these and just switch them off. Simple. Like so. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll proceed to insert our windows. Now every room should be ventilated and should have the proper light amount entering. So what we'll do is we'll move all of our windows properly into place. Now this window has to be in the center of these two partitions. So we'll move our window from there. We'll type M2P for mirror to point. Then we'll select our 2 points and we can place that in the center. Similarly, we can do the same over here. Like so. Now for the text, as I have just told you, type a rectangle from corner to corner. In this case, you just have to put it on the walls. You don't have to put it on the porch. And you can just do an offset of how much distance you like. Now what I like to do is I just like to free set it. So if I see 90, it is okay, I'll do an okay. Then I'll escape, move this text onto that plane that I've just offset and place it over there. If I see that that is too far from the window, from the wall, then I can move it in. But since it has a box around it, I don't mind. It's okay. Now, similarly, what we have to do is place another window. We'll put a 2-blade window here. And we can copy our window to type copy, click in the center, and just place it in the middle. Then what we can do is just rotate him by typing RO for rotate. And what we can do is just move these guys into the center of the walls. Like so. Now if you wish to put a 3-blade window here, what we can do is just copy on this, try to snap to the center and bring it down, click it on that bottom line, and then we can just place it over here like so. Now if you wish to center it, you just move it, click on move, then I'll do a diagonal method, M2P. Centering a window diagonally on a wall is much more better. There we go. Your windows has been set up. Similarly for these windows. Now you can just place a simple window onto the next bedroom. And if you wish, you can center it. For this case, I'll leave it as it is. Now we will put the windows for this shower and the washroom, and these will just be a small windows. So what we can do is copy them, paste, select both and rotate them. Move and then mirror to point. Similarly, you can copy this and just place it right in the middle where it should be, like so. Now that you have done one side, we can proceed with the other side. Now the other side, you don't really have to struggle much because you have already done one side. So you just select the windows which you wish to transfer to the other side, type MI for mirror, then press enter. And then just snap it to the center or mirror to point, just to make your work easy. You can select those and change its rotations to maybe a 180. And if you think that that orientation is okay, you can match the other one similarly. So now you have your windows done. Let me just place this window over here. And then we can just mirror this to the other side, like so. Now you can also add a simple window there to the other side as well. Like so. Now that you can see, you have created all your windows properly, and if you wish, you can add some more. Now there's an error here. What I can do is just move this window inside and just center it accordingly. And if I wish, I can add another window here, but for this case, I'll leave it since I have a large window over here. Now there will be a door here, so what we can do is just move this window slightly out of the way so that you have enough wall to mount a door. Now, like I was saying, for the door, select whichever door that you wish to place, copy the door, and just paste it wherever you wish it to be, like so. Click select and just move the door to point. Now mirror the doors to its point, like so. Now what you can do is just type in XL for X line. Now this is the fun part about multi-line. You don't have to struggle with trimming and then adding another line and other things. No, it's very simple. You just select your multi-line, then you select your trimming plane. Type TR for trim, and there you go. It has trimmed it off for you. Now if you are seeing a spare extra line here, I have drawn this for a reference, so I'll just take this out. Now you don't have to create other lines or anything so that you can mess this up. Now this video is going to be long enough anyway, so what I'll do is I'll pause break over here, and then I will show you in the next video how to complete this floor plan. How to do a complete design of this floor plan. And in the following video, I will show you how to plot and publish this floor plan. If you like my contents, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or queries, please let me know via comments. Thank you very much.